Hello class 7 students. So in today's session we are going to learn fully about this dot. Confused? Well, to find more about it, stay tuned for a few seconds. Welcome back students. So today in this session we will learn about the full stop as we have seen. So first we will understand what is a full stop and then see about its different uses. So to start with, let's begin with what is a full stop. Full stop, also called a period, is the most well-known and the most commonly used punctuation mark in the English language. I'm sure you all know how a full stop looks like. We know that it is a spherical dot that appears at the end of the sentences. So basically it is a spherical dot which we use to put at the end of the sentences, and it is the most well-known punctuation mark in the English language, like this. Here this is a full stop and it is like a spherical dot that appears at the end of some sentences. Uses of full stops. So now we know what are full stops. It's time to look about some of the uses of full stops. So you might be thinking that you already know what is a full stop, that it can be placed at the end of a sentence. But in addition to that, there are some more points you need to know about that. So let's see about some of the different kinds of uses for the full stops. Where and all we use full stops? Let's see. We use full stops at the end of declarative and imperative sentences. What are declarative and imperative sentences? Declarative sentences are the normal sentences that we use, but they are also known as assertive sentences, and they state a fact or give an information about something. Those kind of sentences are known as declarative sentences. Okay? Yeah. Now, next kind of sentence is imperative sentence. What are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are the sentences that give some kind of request like order and command. Give a command. Okay, so imperative sentences, they give some sort of request, order or command. Yeah, now let's see the examples. Close the door. So, close the door. This sentence clearly states an order to close the door. So, such sentences are imperative sentences. Okay. So, such sentences are imperative sentences, and therefore we place a full stop at the end of such sentences. We place the full stop at the end of imperative sentences, and since this is an imperative sentence, we are placing a full stop at the end of this sentence. Okay, so we have seen about the first example. Now let's see about the second example. I met Varun's friend at the mall last month. Okay, so the speaker says that he met Varun's friend at the mall last month. Okay, so this is not giving a command or request or an order, right? It is just stating some fact and giving some information. So this kind of sentence is a declarative sentence. Okay, and therefore an full stop will be placed at the end of the sentence. We are placing a full stop at the end of only declarative and imperative sentences. Yeah. So since this is a declarative sentence, we are placing a full stop. We have seen this example too. Now, next example, let's see. Please join us for dinner tonight. So, the speaker is asking the other speaker to join the people for dinner with them. Okay, so this is like giving a request. This is like giving a request. Okay, this is giving a request. Please join us for dinner tonight. This is a request. So since this is a kind of request, so this kind of sentence is an imperative sentence, and at the end of the imperative sentences we place a full stop. And so since this sentence is an imperative sentence, at the end of this sentence we place a full stop. Yeah. Okay, now let's see the next example, the most final example. Sasha is an architect and her brother is a musician. So this sentence does not contain any sort of request or command or an order, right? So this kind of sentence just states a fact or gives some information about Sasha and her brother. That Sasha is an architect, wow, and her brother is a musician. Very good. Okay, so this sort of sentence gives us some information and states some fact. So this kind of sentence is a declarative sentence, and at the end of a declarative sentence we place a full stop. Okay, so at the end of this sentence, since this sentence is a declarative sentence, we place a full stop. Okay, I hope you understood. So please remember that at the end of declarative and imperative sentences we place a full stop. Okay, hope this is very clear to you. Okay, so let's move on to the next few uses of full stop. Yeah, so we use full stops even in abbreviations or short form of words. For example, e.g. full stop, prof full stop, etc. full stop. So e.g. full stop is the abbreviation or the short form for the word example, and prof or prof full stop is an abbreviation or a short form for the word professor, and etc. full stop is an abbreviation or a short form for the word etc. Yeah, so we use an full stop at the end of short form of words. Okay, so here I am writing e g, and then we are placing a dot to mention that it is an abbreviated form. Even we use this dot in the middle of the sentences. Like, for example, I am telling a sentence like, I have read the book of Professor Gautam. There, I am telling about specific person, Professor Gautam, and there, instead of using professor, I am writing prof dot full stop here. Even in the middle of the sentences we use the abbreviation in the full stop with it. Yeah, and it is not for all the words. There are some exceptions, like for Mr. and Mrs. MR is the short form or the abbreviation for the word Mr., and MRS is the abbreviation for the word Mrs. So if I say Mr. and Mrs. Khanna, we don't want to place a full stop after the two words. We won't say Mr. full stop Kanna. Okay, this is not correct. We don't use the dot here. This is prohibited. No, this is not the correct sentence. So we write Mr. Kanna. Mr. Kanna. We are not placing the dot. Yeah. Same way Mrs. Kanna. Mrs. Kanna. That is what we write. That is what we write. Now, second use is we use full stops in acronyms. Okay, acronyms are short form of words where, for example, there is a word like United Nations Organization. For this big word, we are writing a short form, yeah, and that is UNO. This can also be written as U full stop N full stop O or U full stop N full stop O full stop. Yeah, like this. Here we can include a full stop. Yeah, I prefer including a full stop here. So you can include a full stop. Yeah. Okay. So UNO. U dot N dot O dot. So this is an example. So acronyms. In acronym words, we use a full stop in between the letters of the word. We use the full stop then and there in between the letters of the word. Like after the letter U, we place a full stop, and N. After N, we place a full stop, and then we place an O, and after O, we place a full stop. Between each letter, we place a full stop. Yeah? The same way we have for World Health Organization. W full stop, H full stop, O full stop. Yeah? We are placing the full stop in between the each letter. So I hope you understood about this. Yeah? Okay. If you have any doubt, please rewind the part. Now let's see about some more uses of full stops. So we use full stops at the end of indirect questions. Okay. So what do you mean when I say about indirect questions? What do you mean by indirect questions? Any guess? So indirect questions are some sentences that sound like questions, but they are not like questions, and they end with a full stop. Okay. So direct questions are the questions that directly end with a question mark because it is directly a question. But indirect question sounds like a question, but it is not a question. It is a statement, sentence. Yeah. Okay. So let's see few examples. For instance, she asked me where the library was. So you would think that this is a kind of question, but this is not a question. It ends with a full stop because this kind of sentence is a indirect question. If this were to be a direct question, it would be she asked me, comma, inverted commas, where the library was, and then a question mark. Yeah, that would be the punctuated sentence if this sentence were to be a direct question. Now the second sentence tells us, I wonder if they reached on time. Automatically, when I say the word wonder, you might think it is a question. But no, I wonder if they reached on time. It is a kind of statement. Yeah, because this is an indirect question. It sounds like a question, but it is not a question. It is a statement, sentence. Okay. Yeah. Next question. Mrs. Iyer asked me whether my mom was at home. Automatically, you might think that this is a kind of question, but this also is not a question. It is an indirect question. Yeah, indirect question, and it ends with the full stop. Mrs. Iyer asked me whether my mom was at home. Mrs. Iyer asked me whether my mother was at home. Yeah, so she came to search for my mother. Okay, no problem. Like that the sentence says. So this is an indirect question again. Now the final sentence. Finally, who wondered who the guest speaker is going to be? You might think that this is a question by saying the word wonder. Who wondered who the guest speaker is going to be? But it is actually a indirect question. So indirect question always end with a full stop. This is a kind of an indirect question. If this were to be a direct question, then you know how it would be, right? You can make it. Who is going to wonder who the speaker is going to be? Yeah, but this is just a indirect question which ends with a full stop. So you don't need to confuse yourself with direct questions and indirect questions. Let me explain again. Direct questions are the some statements or questions that sound like questions, but they are not exactly questions. They are statements exactly. Okay. Whereas the direct questions state the question directly. No statement. They state the question and they always end with the question mark. We learn about direct questions in the punctuation mark topic, question mark. Yeah. So that's all. We have come to the end. So we have learned what is a full stop and the different uses of a full stop. I hope this session was very interesting and you have learned something about full stop. Thank you. Have a great day and meet you in the next video. Till then, happy learning, keep learning and enjoy learning with Tejas Education and Learning. If you like this video, then click on the like button and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you. Have a great week. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.